U.S. President Donald Trump speaks during a news conference with Moon Jaein, South Korea's president, not pictured, at the presidential Blue House in Seoul, South Korea, on Tuesday, November 7, 2017, by Sung Joon-cho Bloomberg via Getty Images. With the Middle East on edge after this weekend's shocking purge of Saudi royals, orchestrated by King Salman and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, his ambitious 32-year-old son, Donald Trump offered a full-throated endorsement of the power grab, which saw dozens arrested as part of a sweeping anti-corruption initiative. "I have great confidence in King Salman and the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. They know exactly what they are doing," the resident tweeted Tuesday, while on a 12-day tour of Asia. "Some of those they are harshly treating have been milking their country for years." Twitter.com Real Donald Trump status 9276732572303278808 Trump, who has firmly posited himself as a champion of Saudi Arabia since becoming president, and thus an adversary of its rival, Iran, expressed his support just days after sending a mysterious tweet urging the oil-rich sovereign state to list the first offering of shares in Aramco, one of the world's most prominent oil companies, on the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ. His endorsement also comes days after he dispatched senior advisor Jared Kushner, America's own ambitious princeling, to Riyadh, where he reportedly stayed up talking with Prince Mohammed late into the night at a ranch in the desert. Saudi Arabia's subsequent crackdown is thought to have been masterminded by the precocious Crown Prince, who ousted his predecessor in June, so as to become next in line to the throne. Wresting control of major economic, security, and military portfolios, Prince Mohammed is working to modernize his country's image, pushing for women to be allowed to drive and attend sports stadiums. Apparently, he is also trying to eliminate opposition in the process. Monday night, the arrests were ongoing, with no indication as to when they might stop. American officials monitoring the situation said that as many as 500 people had been rounded up thus far. Some are expected to face undisclosed criminal charges, while others might be pressured to testify about their roles in alleged corruption schemes. Among the targets were 11 senior princes, former and current ministers, and Prince Mehdi bin Abdullah, the former head of Saudi's military branch, the National Guard. Historically dedicated to watching over oil facilities and protecting the royal family, the Guard has recently seen an influx of cash and American-made weapons and training, according to Foreign Policy's Paul McCleary. Also arrested was Prince Al-Walid bin Talal, one of the wealthiest men in the world. He has previously clashed with Trump on Twitter, despite once purchasing a yacht from the future president. At Real Donald Trump, "You are a disgrace not only to the GOP but to all America. Withdraw from the U.S. presidential race as you will never win," he wrote in 2015. 8 hours later, Trump hit back dopey Prince at Al-Walid. "Talal wants to control our U.S. politicians with daddy's money. Can't do it when I get elected," securing a power monopoly. The ongoing wave of arrests free Prince Mohammed to escalate his aggressive approach to Tehran over the past 2.5 years, during which he has escalated Saudi efforts to push back Iranian influence in Syria, and isolated neighboring Qatar for being too close to Iran. Significantly, the weekend's arrests were presaged by two related incidents. Saturday, the Lebanese Prime Minister Saad al-Hariri resigned in a speech broadcast from Riyadh, citing fears for his life in his own country, and accusing Iran of spreading disorder and destruction. He charged Iran's Lebanese ally, Hezbollah, a major Shia military and political force, with building a state within a state. Speculation that al-Hariri's resignation was effectively forced by his Saudi sponsors has been widespread. Then, just hours later, a long-range missile was intercepted near Riyadh's King Khalid International Airport. "We see this as an act of war," Saudi Foreign Minister Adel Jubeir said in an interview on CNN, pointing the finger at Iran in a significant escalation of hostilities between the two countries, currently fighting two proxy wars in Yemen and Syria, as well as grappling for power in Iraq and Lebanon. Prince Mohammed's bellicose approach to Iran appears to have formed the basis of a bond with Trump. Back in May, he chose Riyadh as the first stop on his first foreign trip, and honored the Saudi authorities marked by illuminating the exterior of the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, the same hotel in which Al-Walid and other royals are now detained, with a scowling projection of the president's face. Pictured clutching a glowing orb alongside King Salman, and partaking in a traditional artist's sword dance, Trump used the occasion to accuse Iran of fueling the fires of sectarian conflict and terror and to secure contracts worth more than $380 billion, including a $110 billion arms deal with Saudi Arabia. In the subsequent months, Kushner, quixotically charged with securing peace in the Middle East, has kept the relationship going, as last week's Synod in the Desert suggests. It's a relationship steeped in ironies, even as more seismic international ramifications emerge. hours before the crackdown started, days after urging Saudi Arabia to list Aramco shares on the New York Stock Exchange, months after securing a series of lucrative arms deals, and years after accusing the country of complicity in 9/11, Trump called King Salman from Air Force One, and praised him and his son for making statements on the need to build a moderate, peaceful, and tolerant region. A summary of the call, released by the White House, meanwhile, made no mention of the arrests. President Donald J. Trump spoke yesterday with King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud of Saudi Arabia, the statement said Sunday. King Salman expressed his condolences for the recent terrorist attack in New York City. President Trump thanked the king for his support and emphasized America's commitment to defeating ISIS. It notes that Trump thanked the king for his latest purchase of American military equipment, and urged him again to list Aramco on a U.S. stock exchange.